Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Dr. Pablo from Atlantis Health Retreat. Let me check that our sound is working. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. If you can write in the comments, hello, that you're here, that would help. Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Dr. Pablo from it's coming through. Let me check that our sound is working. Very good. Very, very good. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. If you can write in the comments, hello. Close my phone down, put it on silent so the people ringing in to see if I'm really live. You don't hear them? Oh, it's coming through. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Very good. Very, very good. If you're returning, welcome back. Hello. I can hear myself echoing, talking, so let me fix that for you. See if I'm really live. You don't hear them? So I will close my YouTube channel so you're not listening to me. That sounds better, doesn't it, everybody? Wait a little while for a few latecomers to log in. This is being streamed lively to several different places, different Facebook pages, different private groups that have set up to receive this. So there we go. So how is everyone? This is thank you for joining me. This is the first of a monthly Sunday workshop. It may change the time because my poor friends in Australia and I have used to average 500 to 1,000 people at an event. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning in Australia, so 5 or 6 a.m. Let me check. I think it's 5 or 6 a.m. I'm killing a little time for some latecomers that I know want to not miss this time in Australia. 7:33. So some people are laying in bed, maybe, but others are still waiting for their husband or wife to bring them a cup of coffee or whatever happens. So, okay. This presentation will not be technical. It'll be just down to earth, basic understanding. You can hear my bull mastiff having a nice drink outside. Hopefully she stops soon. She's a big girl. And we may get in the feed because I'm at home. People will come in and out, and also the cat or the dog may pay a visit to make sure I'm okay. Okay, so this presentation, I've got a few slides to show you. Time permitting, I may do a couple of videos, but probably on Wednesday I'll do a couple of live testimonials of people. We have a contract people sign when they come here if they give us permission to do a video with them. Most people do, but they ask for them to be only sent to people privately, and we respect that. We really understand that not a lot of people want to be on people today. Today's TV is YouTube, and not a lot of people want to be on TV. So reporting to you some powerful information today. A couple of new therapies. Hydrogen machine we now have. Special infrared machine that is new. I've actually got it here to show you. It's gonna look a mess showing you without using it, but it's an amazing product. I don't like it for one reason. I used it. It's for back pain. They haven't completed studies on cancer, but it's for general pain, help your hair to grow, improve your eyesight, improve cartilage recovery. So it's really good for people with bone cancer, no doubt. Will it actually kill the cancer cells? Probably not. Will it benefit in the healing and the recovery? Probably yes. So I'm going to cover that a little in this presentation. And the other therapy, the hydrogen therapy, I'm going to cover in next month. So I'm just stripping one new program that we've added in the last... every year we add one new therapy. And so that's this year's, and next year's we've already got it. And so I want to show you that in the next workshop, which will be on the first Sunday of next month. So the comments are here. I can see the comments. If you write something, even if you just write hello or send a love or something, I can see that. Lets me know that you like what I'm talking about, or if you want more information on that subject, please just say something. On some of the channels that this is on, there's no access to the chat, only if you're on my personal one. If you got the invite and you're on the personal link at YouTube, you will have access to the chat. The other channels that this is being shared on, I think there's 9 or 10, you won't get that, I'm sorry. But if you do go to the YouTube channel anytime in the future, if you write your question there, I will always answer you, always. I do not leave any questions unanswered. Every question is important, and I like you to ask them here, because your question is something that somebody else didn't think of asking, and they need the answer to that. So it's not only important, it may be critical in somebody's decision making. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. I hope you ask some questions, give us a thumbs up, like and share. It's important because getting the information out to people is challenging, to say the least. Yeah. So we're going to start off with a presentation. Then I'm going to come back to you and do what people love that I do, is to sit back and talk about little things that I think are important. So enjoy. Oh, I think I hit the wrong button. Hold on a second. I did hit the wrong button. One thing I'm not good all these years on YouTube, I haven't improved in controlling the buttons. So, but I do try difficult. I'll put myself down in the corner, and we will go to the PowerPoint presentation. And fingers crossed, you can see that. It's working okay. And there I am in the bottom. So let me move over here. So I'm facing the oh no, the other way. Oh, noisy chair. Okay, now you can see I'm in the bottom corner. Hopefully not affecting your view on any of the slides. And so again, welcome. It's November the 7th, 2021. What a powerful year. More importantly, this year's been very, very educational, because over the years I've been doing this, people say, why do people who do alternative therapies get victimized? I don't believe it. It's not true. It can't be true, and so on. But you've seen this year the bias of the media. You've seen people getting really into a lot of difficulty and trouble, and the control that the media has on the current situation. So I don't have to talk about that anymore, but say, hey, I've been there, done that, had a beautiful multi-million-dollar facility in Australia that got closed down because of those things. Almost over 10 years ago, approaching 15 years, 20 years in the industry. It's well past my time to even think about that. But some people like to know my history and why I do this. So let's start with that. I started back in the year 2000 helping other people do cancer workshops. And it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And I felt, I don't know, a love for the work that I was doing. And one of the main people decided to stop doing it, and I took over. And I modified the system into a confusing thing, into a step-by-step program. I wrote a book. And today we're going to cover the index of that book. And I've only made a few modifications to it today with a few things that are new. But the basic principles are the same. And over the next couple of months, for the start of 2022, I will rewrite that book and make it available to all of you. So this presentation is only no pictures. Today, no pictures, just my face in the bottom corner. I'm just going to talk about the important things you have to do if you've suddenly been diagnosed with cancer. Where do you go? What do you do? How do you do it? And so on. What therapies are out there? And at the end, I'm going to go into some special details on coming to Atlantis and a special offer on the home program. We've at the moment got 5 people in a waiting list, waiting for me to have time to talk to them about coming here. We only have 2 positions available. Normally, we during the year we have plenty of apartments, but this time of the year, it's December, Santa Claus is coming, and everyone likes to see him come over the horizon on the beach, on the beautiful Salinas that is sunny today and better tomorrow. So as a result of that, it's hard to get accommodation. And I can't cancel Santa Claus this year. Apparently he's got no problem, he's got his mask, and he'll be coming. So it's going to make it difficult to get accommodation for you. So for those people that I'm talking to that I didn't get to last night, but I will get to this afternoon and tomorrow, I've actually called everyone on my Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So if you go to my calendar, it's completely clean, and I've added hours to it. So you can book in any of those times, and the details will be on the last page. And let's get talking the next few days if you are interested in coming here, because in a week I don't think you'll have the option to come here for a while. So yeah, I started 20 years ago. It's evolved. I got into a lot of trouble because we had 5 people become cancer-free in the first year, and they were just so ecstatic and so angry that they had done chemo, radiation, and so on. And I'm the last person to talk you out of that. These are personal choices. You want to do chemotherapy, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. What I'm here to say is there is another way, and in 3 months you'll know. It's better than spending 18 months, in my opinion, doing chemotherapy and radiation to find out it didn't work or it did work. Where with this program, you know, in 2 to 3 months, we only do 3 months programs here now because we get the best results. Already, we just started and my voice is going. So in 3 months, we either completely get rid of a cancer, God willing, or the signs are so positive it's worth staying a little bit longer to get rid of it. So I hope that makes sense to you. So those people went around to their oncology office and started to give out my business cards and brochures and all of that, and it caused a whole lot of things, you know, that scumbag promoting alternative therapies that are unproven. Well, they'll never prove them because they can't patent them and make money out of them. I've got a friend that, in fact, he was one of our first people to become cancer-free, and he was the first client in the door. They spent almost $1 million on his lymphoma, 18 months of treatment, and then 1 month off the treatment, and the cancer just came back. He was told he was cancer-free, and it actually came back like with vengeance, the same size as it was 18 months before, and it took 18 months to get them down to that size. So that was very, very annoying and frustrating for him. So, yeah, who wants to... A lot of you are lucky you maybe get the chemotherapy for free. So choosing this option is not an option because you don't have money. And I respect that. But hopefully in the detail will be something to help you succeed. And a lot of the things we're talking about here are free. It's about things that you can find locally for free and you can do for free. And some things will work fine with chemotherapy, some won't. So you need to call me, do a consultation. And hi, Bob, thanks for tuning in. You need to do a presentation. You need to do a consultation with me and understand what you can do that will complement. And I don't charge for that. You can book in a consultation anytime, and I'll give you guidance. If you choose to do our home program, which is normally $9,750, and I don't want to talk about money much today, but I am offering a reduced price on that for this next 7 days only. Excuse me while I have a drink. I'm already drying up. Okay, so we'll go into those details as the presentation goes on. Okay, so the first and most important thing, and why is this important? If you're gonna, and I'm gonna tell you stories today because stories are easier to remember. If you're going to win a race, okay, and we are talking about something that when we're fighting against cancer, it's a race to a victory, and it's not something that you want to settle for silver or bronze. You want to get the gold medal. So 2 things I'll get you to visualize today when we're talking about cancer is that, number 1, cancer is like a fire in your house. You do not have time to wait. Every minute, I'm busy, pussy. Every minute of every day is important, and you need to push. These people who say, oh, I got my blood test and I can get in 2 months. You can't wait 2 months to get blood tests. You need them today. So time, number 1 is time is of the essence. The next thing is getting a starting point. How do you monitor what you're doing is working or not? So this scan explains that. CT scans, MRIs, PET scans, X-rays, ultrasound. Ultrasound here is as low as $30 to $100 if you're doing the whole body. That's something that you can do every 2 weeks to monthly. The other scans you wouldn't do, X-rays maybe monthly to 6 weekly. If you're doing something that should be working in that time, so whatever you're doing, if somebody says you should see results in 3 or 4 weeks, then in 5 or 6 weeks, get a scan done or get the ultrasound done again. When we're fighting somebody with cancer, in 14 days, if we can see it in the ultrasound, it will be shrinking. There's not a question about that. It always shrinks. As long as it's a large cell type cancer, we will see shrinkage in 14 days. And always understand, as a disclaimer, there's no 100% cancer cure. You can remove a cancer just like you can remove a bullet from somebody who's being shot and they still pass away from the wound. Getting rid of the cancer is one thing. Helping the person recover is another. And that's why at Atlantis we do so many other things to help the body heal and recover. Hyperbaric oxygen and so on. We're going to go into that. So to win the race, number 1, you need to know where you're heading to, and you need to know where you're going to start. So the CT scans, MRIs, PET scans, X-rays, I got MRI there twice, ultrasound. You need to get them to give you a detailed measurement. So most machines do 3 centimeters, 3 millimeters. You need to ask them to change it to 2 millimeters, and you need to ask them to do the measurements in millimeters, and you want length, height, and width. You need it all, not, oh, there's a tumor 1 centimeter by 4 centimeters, but how deep is it? You want to know the 3 measurements. You need to know, is it a triangle, is it a square, is it round? You need to know all of those questions. So please ask your doctor, your oncologist, when he does the order to put in, because you're looking for the tiniest spots that you have, and ask him to put in finer detail. Normally it's, like I said, 3 millimeters or 4 millimeters. It's less images, saves them money. No, you want a detailed one. You want 2 millimeters. Most of them go down to 2 millimeters. If you can get smaller, all the better. So please make sure you get that when you get your scans done. And your blood test done. And when you do your blood test, ask us if you want help with that. Get every single blood test. You want to know everything. You want to know all your hormone markers. You want to know your testosterone, your estrogen levels. You think it's not related to your cancer? If you're not healthy, if you've got cancer or you've got any disease, you're not healthy, and the underlying, like, you can't win a race if your tires are bald. Yes, it might look nice, it might look perfect, everything might be tuned up well, but the tires are bald. If something inside your blood is not correct, you need to correct it. It's vitally important to win the race that every single part of your body is in optimal health. And that's why you'll see in this presentation the important things we do over and above fighting the cancer is fine-tuning your body and making you a machine that has a chance to win the race. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Look at that, you got a quick glimpse of everything, sorry. First time I've used this way. Normally I have it on the full screen, so please apologize. Accept my apology. This one, I think. Okay, that's that one. That one. Okay, what should you eat? You'll need a pen and paper to write these down, because if I went into all of these things, as you can see, there's a lot of things I'm covering here. If I went into everything in detail, we would be here for 3 or 4 hours, and half of you would drop off the list. And so I'm going to talk in brief about these. So what should you eat? Number one, when you get your blood test, find out what blood type you are. If you're an O blood type, you love meat. If you're an A or B, if you've always eaten meat, you love meat too. But if you haven't been eating meat, or you have recently changed to a vegetarian, it's a lot easier for you than it is for an O blood type. So what I recommend is that my diet that I ask people to do, and the reason you do this is because it allows the body not to be overworking. Remember, the 2 things that are the most strenuous that your body is doing. Number one, thinking. Stress, 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 you won't win. You need to get confident in who you choose to help you in the path that you go on. So number one is stress. Number 2 is your digestion. The harder it is for your body to digest the food, the more energy is being burnt up. And so these are important things to remember. Eliminate stress and eat to your blood type helps. And minimizing meat with a lot of vegetables and or enzymes that you can add in to help the food break down. So my recommended diet, this is going to all be in my book available next year, is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday you eat fish. Thursday you eat poultry. Sorry, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you have vegetarian. You eat fruit and vegetables. Tuesday you eat fish. Thursday you eat poultry. And the weekend you eat a little bit of whatever you want. So you're not stressing. If you go to a party, you're not saying, oh no, you need to get a special meal for me because I'm sick. You maybe don't even want to tell anyone that you're not well, because that'll only add to the stress that we spoke about earlier. So the weekend you eat a little bit of whatever you enjoy. Avoid high sugars. Cancer feeds on sugar. People tell you to eliminate all sugar, only juice. Let me tell you, you're juicing a carrot, you're having 20 to 30% sugar. A beetroot, the same. These are got nutrients in them that are important for your success. So you can't eliminate sugar, but you can stop adding sugar. You can stop eating very sweet cakes and things like that. Very, very important. And Sunday, have a day off. So if you've been craving something, have a little bit of it, because like I said earlier, stress is really important to avoid. And ladies, when they're pregnant, they have cravings. I need to eat some sardines. I need some Vegemite. If you're from Australia, what is that? Well, it's quite possible that the body knows that it needs something that it found in that food to make the baby. And it's quite possible your cravings, if they're not habits, your cravings may be a craving for a nutritional thing that your body is asking for. It needs to repair your body. So that's why Sunday we have a little time off, eat a little bit of whatever you want without eating those habits. The habits being, I don't know if you had lollies or sweet things or processed chips, potato chips, all of those processed foods, you don't need those. But any other fruit, vegetable, and a small thing of something that you craved is okay. Water. Water's a funny thing, and people will debate this every day. We use a Kangen water system. I believe it's the best, but we use filtered water into the Kangen water because we don't want anything coming out of the tap. So we're buying already filtered water and running it through our machine, and it's electrified and modified the molecules of the water so they're more absorbable, and we think that's important. However, whatever water you're drinking, be it buying or from the tap, add something into it. Put a little bit of lemon into it, a little bit of lemon juice. Turn the water into a food. What happens sometimes is you drink water and it just goes through you. As soon as you have a glass of water, you go to the toilet. It just flushes you. So if you change the water to a food by adding anything into it, any vegetable or fruit into it, just a little bit, you don't even have to taste it, you won't be rushing to the toilet so quick. All of that water will be absorbed and utilized. So a little hint there. We have a shake. The shake has a lot of liquids in it. 3, 4, 5 liquids: essential fatty acids, life extension, nutrition and vitamins, amino acids, colostrum. Those that don't know what colostrum is the milk that a mother makes the first week after giving birth. It's a clear liquid, and one of our most powerful therapies is actually made from colostrum. We'll get into that a little later. But colostrum also, high levels of good quality colostrum will stop bone loss, will stop muscle loss, will help your digestive tract, which is the most important thing, that your digestion is working. So you can be taking all these good products and they just go straight through you. It's like, some people say you're taking those vitamins, you're peeing money down the toilet. Well, I can tell you, if your digestive tract, if you have leaky gut syndrome and you have problems in the gut, nothing's getting absorbed. In fact, these things may be leaking where they're not supposed to be and causing your immune system to be distracted away from the cancer where it should be. So getting the gut flora fixed and correct is something we really focus on the first week of your program here. Essential fatty acids in the shake, and powders, and pre and probiotics. All of those are in the shake. So if somebody isn't eating properly, this has got everything they need in one balanced diet, nutritionally, in one drink, once a day. If somebody's losing weight, we give it to them twice a day until that stabilizes. And the probiotics that we give, we ask people to have them before and after every meal if they're having digestion problems. So, and usually 7 days, all of those things disappear and fix. Teas are really good. Herbs, vitamin B17 is a herb. We're going to cover that a little later. Herbs are God's medicine. Okay, herbs heal. Herbs are extremely powerful and they last a long time in your body. Unlike some vitamins, like vitamin C, if you take a vitamin C 3 hours later, it's gone. There are some herbs that will be still working 24 hours. Certain teas help you relax, reduce stress. So you can search online, whatever ailment you have, the tea that may benefit you with that ailment. The same with juicing. You can get a juice for headaches, you can get a juice for cancer, you can get a juice for liver detox. You can use a quality Auger juicer or squash the juice. Those fast spinning milkshake making machines are absolutely no good. All of the nutritional value will be gone if you use those. 100% without any doubt. So herbs are extremely important. There's also some teas available. You may have heard of noni tea. Is a tea that is said to have cured cancer. It also, the herbs, the 6 herbs, a lot of books write about 4. The 6 herbs can be made into a poultice and put onto a tumor, and are also beneficial. Nutritional supplements, we have a lot of them, and they are part of the completion of a formula that is required for the IV protocol. So you have an IV, and just for the record, I haven't got to it yet, but I'll tell you now, if you're having vitamin C as an IV, the only time that it's beneficial to eliminate or reduce a tumor is if you orally take vitamin C at the same time. So we get people to take the nutritional IVs and supplement with some similar things and other things that complement it. I'm getting rid of parasites. Now, we do a urine a urine and a feces test on arrival and every few weeks. Why? Everyone has parasites. Everyone. They can be found in your feces. These parasites need to be eliminated because they're a distraction for your immune system, and they're eating the good part of your food. You don't want to share your food at the moment. You want to get all of the food that you're eating. You want to be having it. You can imagine the little things inside you saying, oh, here comes some beautiful enzymes. Oh, look, some vitamin E, and they eat it and you don't get it. And then, you have bad gases and their smell of their feces coming out of you. No good. Let's get those parasites out of you. So we think that's extremely important. And if you're eating lettuce and salads and that, you're likely to pick up some parasites just from healthy vegetables. So we consider it very, very important to do a parasite cleanse. Now, I'm not going to put down other clinics, but let me tell you, I'm talking about enemas and infusions now. Coffee enemas are fine to do, no problem. To do only coffee enemas and juicing, I used to teach the Gerson program. I can tell you, I strongly recommend you do not just do that, especially if you're O blood type. You lose all your muscle mass and you'll come to me and I can't help you. You're too advanced. So avoid doing full-time juicing and full-time. You can do something like that for a detox, like 7, 14, 21 days maximum. But don't do it ongoing. It certainly is not healthy. And some people, it accelerates their speed to seeing the man upstairs. It's not the way to go. And you get weak and tired. Your core energy is what is needed for you to make the distance. And we need to keep that core energy inside you. So the difference between an enema and an infusion. An enema, as you know, maybe the doctor can give you an enema before you're having a scan to clean out the bottom of your colon. Excuse me. You can also have an enema for specially designed enemas. Infusion is something that I make for people, and it's a combination of herbs and nutritional products that go into the rectum, and you hold it. It's about 20 to 30 mil, and it's in a tiny little tube. You use a syringe and it goes in so easy. You do it yourself at home. And it gets these products in and avoids the digestive tract, and it, I believe, makes them 100 times stronger. And we've seen results with people doing that. It's especially benefited with using vitamin B17 with men with prostate cancer, because it gets the GcMAF and the B17 as well as some anti-inflammatory herbs straight onto the prostate. People who cannot wee, it's a big problem for men with prostate cancer. They have problems going to the toilet. This is an easy way, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, to get some immediate relief. And that's to do an infusion. So you're doing oral and infusion of products that help reduce the size of the prostate. Breathing is very important. And breathing, to me, is a little bit a part of meditation. You do it on your bed and you lay down. I don't know if you can see me properly, but you put a hand on your chest and a hand on your stomach. And you lay back. And when you breathe, your stomach should go up and down, but not your chest. And that's when you're relaxing and you're using all of your lungs. If you're breathing up here, if you scare a child, all the breathing is up here. That's a stress breathing, and you're not relaxing. So a little important thing for you to practice 5 or 10 minutes every night and every morning before you go to sleep and before you get up is breathing correctly. And notice your breathing during the day. Be aware of it. The next topic is sunlight, and sunlight to me is related to going to bed and sleeping well. And so the product that puts you to sleep at night is melatonin. Your body produces melatonin, makes you sleepy, and you go to sleep. And it lasts for about 3 hours to get you into a nice deep sleep, and then you sleep the rest of the night. If you're interrupted in those first 3 hours when you go to bed, it can affect your whole day the next day. That melatonin puts you into a space that is very, very, very healing. There's a lot of studies out that melatonin can reduce breast cancers by 20 to 30%, and other tumors as well. So I tell people, even if you're sleeping well, take some melatonin supplementation, 9 milligrams, which is 3 times a dose. So normal dose is 3, you take 9, and you're taking that for its anti-tumoral properties. Now, if you sleep well, you just do it 5 days a week. If you don't sleep well, you take it every day. Do not take the tablets. The tablets have other things added to them which will affect your day the next day. It can make you drowsy and so on. Melatonin itself should be out of your body within 3 hours. So you buy a pure melatonin with aniseed or peppermint or something else in it that gives it flavor. You hold it under your tongue. You take three drops. Depends on the container you're getting, of course. So 1 dose you take half an hour before bed, 1 when you're getting ready to go to bed, and 1 when you're hopping into bed. And I find that works the best. So it's usually the one we have, it's 3 drops, but yours might be 3 ml. They dilute it differently for different branding, so you have to choose that. Very economical. It's maybe $15 to $25 a bottle. Sorry, my friends in Australia, you can't get it unless you contact a pharmaceutical place that makes it, and the only one that I know is in, as a hint, Newcastle, but I don't want to get him into trouble. But you can find it in a pharmacy in Newcastle, from a compounding pharmacy in Newcastle. But in the US, you're lucky you can get it. In Australia, it's classified, anything that is classified as a hormone, and melatonin is a hormone, is banned around the world, so you can't get it. Hi guys for tuning in. Where can you get pure melatonin? You will find it online. Like I said, if you're in Australia, you can get it from a place in a compounding pharmacy. I think there's only 1 or 2 compounding pharmacies in Newcastle. You can probably search that and get them to deliver it to you. He will only supply you with a medical script, so you do have to go to a doctor and get a script. In the US, you can buy melatonin anywhere. You can buy melatonin. You can buy melatonin online at eBay and all of those places. It's available. The problem I have with those places, I prefer you go to your local health food shop. Why? Because I think we need them and we don't want them to go out of business. I think we all agree with that. And it's good to go there and ask them. If they don't have it, could they get it in for you? Because they'll know where to get it in, and hopefully you get something that has a decent use-by date. I've used some of these online providers, and you're getting product with 1 month use-by date on it, and especially after the pandemic, you've got to be extra careful that you're not putting your money down the toilet. So just be aware of that. How much sunlight? So getting back to melatonin, this is why I spoke about melatonin. Get into the sun as soon as you get up in the morning. I know you poor people in USA and Canada, it's about to start. You're going to have the coldest weather you've ever had. So come on here to the nice, beautiful, sunny weather in Australia. Not in Australia, in Ecuador, where it's sunny today and better tomorrow. We do have 3 or 4 months of overcast, but the weather's nice and beautiful and warm, which is important. So so you've taken melatonin as a supplement going to bed. You then get up in the morning, have your glass of water with a squeeze of lemon, and walk out in the sun. It stops the bucket of melatonin leaking, and so it stops it and increases the amount of melatonin that you'll have for the next night's sleep if you get straight into the sun when you wake up. If you're in the place that's appropriate, get out on the veranda and have your cup of tea and enjoy the sun. It's important. If not, run out, get your newspaper, scare the neighbors, run back in. Whatever it takes, get that 5 minutes of sun early morning and try to get some sun over the day. Natural vitamin D is really, really important, produced from your eyes and your skin to keep you healthy. So everybody should be taking advantage of that. The next thing is when to sleep, routine. Routine is the number one, going in order, the next number one most important thing, because if you're not in routine, you're getting tired, you don't know why you're tired. Why am I feeling so exhausted today? Oh, that's right. I was up to 2 o'clock watching the football. Routine, 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 routine. Everybody, if you're healthy and want to stay healthy, routine. You know those people get up 5 o'clock every morning running. They're in bed to routine. They can't afford to stay up till midnight. If you're going to win the race, if you're going to go for gold, and we're going for gold, we don't want to settle for silver or bronze. We want a gold medal in this battle against cancer. You need to have a routine. You need to be like a machine, and you need to be following that routine. And only then can you know that you're getting tired, something's wrong, something's not right, something's not agreeing with you. When you eat this certain food, you feel exhausted. When you have that big steak that you've been desiring, you feel exhausted. It's time to change to mince meat, to hamburger meat, to make it easier to digest. It's time to increase some vegetables. You might find when you eat meat, you have more energy. Great. You need to find what helps you feel strong and have energy. So routine all the time. Exercise, you know, I had a friend recently, he bought a rebounder. Simple exercise is just walking up and down on the spot, but whatever you do, do it every hour, every 2 hours, or every 3 hours. Do the exercise to a routine and maintain it, because otherwise if you're laying there non-stop all day, you will lose muscle mass, and muscle mass is very, very important that you maintain it. Posture. It's easy when you're tired to start slouching and sitting back and having poor posture. Try to maintain a good healthy posture, sitting up straight, making sure your spine is perfect. If you have back problems, and most people were found have back problems in the location of their cancer, it's important to see a chiropractor as long as you don't have bone cancer. Or if you do, you need to let them know. Maybe they can gently give you some exercise to help strengthen that area. Eliminate potential causes. You know, my family said to me, Dad, why do you do this? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about cancer until they're dying. Then they come to you. Why is that? Why do you care? Well, I just love this job. I love helping people, and we all make mistakes. But smoking, drinking alcohol, staying out 24 hours a day, eating processed food, I don't have to talk to you about that. You know. You know. And it's time to stop it. And it's time to wake up. And it's time to just say to people, none of these things are an addiction. I repeat, none of these things are an addiction. They told you they're an addiction. The pharmaceutical marketing machine told you they were an addiction so that you would believe that they were an addiction. And so then it's too hard to give up because it's an addiction. It's not. It's a habit. All of them are habits. None of these things that they're telling you are addictions are true. They're all habits, and you can stop the habit. You can stop the habit. And today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Choose how you want it to be and stop the bad things. It's that black and white. Just stop it. Stop it. And time to move on. Eat your blood type. You can download the app. This is written by a second, maybe third generation naturopath. And Eat Your Blood Type, Cook to Your Blood Type, and Shop to Your Blood Type is 3 apps that are available online, and you can become a member of them, pay a small fee, buy supplements from them to match your blood type if you really get a benefit of that. I found that most people find it amazing, especially they say, oh look, I never like to eat broccoli, and this says I shouldn't eat broccoli. Isn't that amazing? So some people actually have a wake-up call when they see this, that they notice certain fruits or vegetables that everyone said you should be eating more of them. They knew they didn't agree with them. And when they got this app, it actually tells their blood type it didn't agree with them. The most important thing in that is the avoids. The neutrals are fine and the good things are good. But the avoids are the most important thing to leave out of your diet. And it's very individual for everyone. And if you're all positive or negative, they have a subdirectory now that also includes those sub blood groups. So powerful thing, and it's free. You can download it and get all the information on that. So we just covered the foundations. I don't know how long we've been going. How long is we got? Do you want to hear more? So the foundations we got done. So we're getting close to going into the therapies, but not yet. I know you're all waiting for them. You want to know what therapies, how they work. So let me just take a break, have a little sip of my drink. God bless to everyone. Try to stay hydrated myself. I'll just check the questions, see if there's anything that I've missed. Somebody asked, I use a Vitamix machine. I don't know what that is, my friend. Bob, the machines that work are the auger machines. If you give me a minute before we finish, I will review all of the questions, and I will go online, just search auger machine and show you the type. If you're using vitamins powdered, they're all fine. They're freeze dried and crushed. All the water's taken out of them, and they're fine. You can just mix them with your hand. What happens, there was a study done in an Australian university comparing the juices, the amount of antioxidants level, and what they found is the Vitamizer ones completely destroyed 97% of any antioxidant value. So what is antioxidant? It's the opposite of oxygen, yes? So when you're vitamizing, the 21% oxygen in the air is in there mixing, and it's completely destroying the benefits of the vitamins. Yeah, okay, so it's a type of machine, and that's the problem. These machines are pricey. We look at them sometimes as pricey, but when you think about it, if you only got to buy it once and it lasts a lifetime, and most of these good quality auger machines will last you forever. I've got one, I think it's a twin auger, magnetic twin auger. It's got a 20-year guarantee. It was like $3,000, a lot of money, but over a lifetime it's nothing. So again, everyone's finances is a problem at the moment, so I understand. And what is the choice? If you cannot get an auger, you need to just eat whole fruit, whole fruit and vegetables instead of juicing. You cannot put them in the Vitamizer, it will damage them. Okay, so in addition to the normal cancer therapies, today I'm going to do something I have never done before. I'm going to show you the 101 IV therapies we have. Yay! People say, you're going to learn something today. I'm not going to go into every one of them. There's too many. But I'm going to show them to you. You can pause, rewind, fast forward, do what you like with the video when we finish this, but you'll learn a lot from that. Hyperbaric oxygen. You can search hyperbaric oxygen for bone recovery, for cancer, for every disease, autism, HD, ADHD, any brain injury, any surgery, plastic surgery. It accelerates recovery. What would take 6 months to recover will recover in 2 months. It's amazing, but it's so expensive. Why? The machines cost a lot, and you have to have 2 hours to get the maximum benefit. 1 to 2 hours. So that means only 4 people can have hyperbaric in a day. And if the machine, I don't know if it costs 10,000 or if it costs 100,000, depending on the machine you got. The ones in the US are 180,000 10 years ago. It's not an investment that's worthwhile because you're charging, the average price is $100 an hour. We charge ours out at $47 an hour for casual use to fill the gaps between. Our cancer patients become number one. Next is autism, and next is stroke. And if we have any spaces, the public has access to fill those gaps. So hyperbaric accelerates healing. So some people come here and they may need a breast removed. How do we do that? We do 2 weeks of anti-tumor cancer therapies, lots of hyperbaric, lots of everything, the hamburger with the lot. Then they have their surgery on the Monday or Tuesday. They rest that week, and then they're back into hyperbaric and recovering therapies and everything that's needed to remove any tumors that escape, that When you cut meat, you've all had a steak at home or seen somebody cutting meat, there's bleeding. And that blood is cancer cells that are going to try to survive, and they're going to try to relocate somewhere. So you need to have anti-tumoral products before, your body well oxygenated, you have the cancer, you recover quicker. You have the surgery, you recover quicker, and you need to getting to the hyperbaric and the anti-tumoral therapies as soon as possible afterwards to give yourself the best possible outcome. I mean, that just makes sense. Magnetic pulse. There's a whole lot of stuff written about magnetic pulse. What is my opinion of it? Well, it reduces pain. It increases circulation in the area. So if you've got a tumor in the pancreas, we inject around that area. If you've got a tumor in the breast, we're injecting that. The colon, we're injecting that area, and then we use magnetic pulse on it to increase the circulation into that area. So we believe in theory that it helps as a result of that. But just by making your body healthy, by strengthening your bones and your muscles, the pulsing, your body jumps. The pulsing is powerful. It's not a little tiny little machine that makes your muscles tweak a little bit. No, this is boom, boom, boom. You can feel it. And we don't put it on. If you feel any pain, we stop. We only move it to you slowly, and if you tolerate it and it's comfortable, you do it. It's not something you do if you're uncomfortable with it. So very, very powerful. The next therapy is a light therapy. I need to go to my notes. It's new, so that's why I need to go to my notes. I don't think you'll see this if I come here. No. Excuse me for 1 second. Photobiomodulation. It's a red light therapy, far infrared and invisible light. I've got one here. I'll plug it in quickly. I don't know whether it's going to throw the camera right out or not, though. So hopefully I don't lose you. It's a simple little thing like this. Can you see that? And I'll turn it on. It's powerful, like really, really powerful. And now the pulses, the permanent on helps muscle and bone. The pulsing is very beneficial for nerve pain. Okay, so that's a very heavy belt that we strap on at your back, and you can have this therapy while you're having the IV therapy. So get rid of that and unplug it so that you can see me. So you can actually have that while you're doing IV therapy. So some of the therapies we do more than one at the same time, which makes it really, really convenient. So photobiomodulation, it's on our website, that one. The other new one, which I'm going to only tell you about in the next workshop, is not on the website yet. Colonic hydrotherapy. Now, colonic hydrotherapy, if you're on pain medicine, getting rid of the waste out of your body, it's quite common to get bound up. So it's very beneficial for that. The funny thing about colonic hydrotherapy is when people start to do it, the first time's not, it's very unusual to have water go into your bottom, and then you push and it comes out. It's clean, it's a closed system, so it actually goes, your waste product goes out the same tube that the water came in. I should have brought one. So it's basically a tube with another tube with the water going in and the waste product comes out. Once people start it, they don't want to stop it. So it just feels so good not to have that 3 to 5 kilo of waste product in your colon. And what it does, especially if you do it for 3 weeks, I strongly recommend the benefits of it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 3 weeks. While we're restoring your gut flora and having a lot of probiotics, it heals your colon, so your colon can absorb all the goodness in the food that you're eating. That's the real benefit of it. It's the most popular service that we have in the spa for people coming from outside. And some of them only come and do it when they're constipated, when they should be fixing the reason they're getting constipated. Some people just, you can't tell them, but they need to do it 3 times a week with the probiotics, follow a special diet, help the body heal so you don't keep getting that problem. But if you have cancer and you're on some pain medicine, and 50% of people are, some people are lucky. I have people visit me, I don't feel any symptoms, but I've got stage 3 cancer, I've got lumps here, here, and here. They move very slowly. If there was a fire, if it was growing out of their eyeball, they'd probably move a little quicker. Cancer is not something you want to take your time with, whether you feel it or not. It's a death sentence if you let it get in front of you when you're trying to win a race. Okay, so that's the light therapy. What we got next? Plasma, we take out your blood, we put ozone in it, and we re-inject it into areas. If you've got bone cancer, if you've got joint problems, we can do that. Therapeutic massage, we do a short massage after every GcMAF injection into the body, which we're going to cover very shortly. I know you're all anxious for that information. The Q2 Energy Foot Spa, massages are about relaxation, getting your mind to turn off. Remember in the beginning I said the 2 most strenuous things you do is digest food and stress. And massage can get rid of the stress, the tension that builds up in your body. The lactic acid needs to get out to help you relax, you sleep better. So many benefits. If you have an injection into the area to help that circulate and move around the tumor area is another type of thing that I was talking about earlier. Q2 Energy Spa increases the electrical current of every cell in your body, energizing it, just like a battery. It's very simple, it's not complicated. You put your feet into water, this machine sends an electronic current through your body that you can't even feel it. And it's been proven, it's TGA approved in Australia. There are a lot of gimmick machines on the market. The scientists that invented this, it's an expensive machine, but you need to buy the original because people making copycats that look similar, I wouldn't risk my health on that, even if it was at half the price. And Rife is well known. You can search online, RIFE. It's got, again, 101 different benefits of 101 different health conditions that it may be beneficial for you to. There's no side effects. And how it was originally back in 1937, Royal Rife found that people who talked on radio long distance were not getting cancer, and other industries were getting cancer at 10 times the rate. Why was that? So he studied the frequencies to cancer cells, to different viruses, and he discovered that there was a wavelength for everything that it could actually kill it. Similar to a microwave, yes? But these are radio, like listening to a transistor, radio waves that are harmless to us, penetrate our body. And so this is a well-known, well-documented, you can search Rife online. There's people all over the world offer the service, $10 or $20. You can go to their house and they'll give you a Rife treatment. So we do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and ours is a computer programmed one, so it has all of the cancer therapies pre-programmed in. So we'll run the cancer therapies, we'll run liver detox, we'll run energy, we'll run sleep, pain, herpes, headaches, eye trouble, teeth problem, whatever the area you have a problem in, we will run that 2 or 3 things for 35 minutes to an hour, 3 times a week, usually while you're having IV. So that allows us to fit more into the day. And you're just sitting there holding the frequency. You don't feel anything. I love things that do 2 things. Don't make you feel bad. And they don't cost me anything to provide that service. We have a one-off investment and we can include it in your program. And it's really, really beneficial at multiplying the effects of the other things that we're doing. So, very good. What's next, you ask? Any important questions there? Okay. I'm going to recap all of the questions at the end, guys, okay? So we have more than 10 cancer therapies. You've heard of blue scorpion venom, There's dozens of them. I've used them all, I've seen them all, and today I'm going to focus on what I know is the more powerful ones. The number one therapy in the world is GcMAF. Why? There's absolutely no side effects. You cannot overdose on this. The recommended dose is 0.2 mil if it's the same strength as the product that we sell. And I will use up to 20 to 30 times that dose every second day for the first 3 weeks that you're there, and then reduce the amount. There's a chemical in your body that's called nagalase. Nagalase puts your macrophage to sleep. What are macrophage? They're tiny little things like snails that live naturally in your body. You can't live without them. They're the front line of your immune system. Front line. They are the most important part of your immune system. So if something is going wrong, let me just fix this. If something is going wrong in your body, an infection, something like that, the macrophage call your T killer cells, your white cells, to come and help. So they are really, really important. I call them the frontline soldiers. There's a chemical called nagalase that puts your macrophage to sleep. It's like a poisonous gas, and they go to sleep, and suddenly you don't have the frontline defense. Why do people get cancer? It's a natural healing part of the healing process in the body. Why doesn't your body get rid of it? Because cancer's evolved, and it now has a chemical called nagalase, so it can grow, it can survive, it's determined to live, it's determined to multiply and spread in your body. And the only thing you have in your body to stop it is your own macrophage. Why are your macrophage not working properly? Well, industrial chemicals, number one. Your body's so overwhelmed, working so hard in every part of your body to keep these chemicals from killing you, that it's distracted a lot. Number one. Number two, every injection you have, every treatment you have, has chemicals in it that also put your macrophage to sleep, because the industry doesn't want your body to attack this chemical they're putting into you. It wants it to get inside and do a particular job. If that happened once in your life, that probably would be fine. But by the time you're 21, you've probably had 100 different injections, immunizations, to protect you from viruses and so on. As a result of that, it's a problem. It's a big problem. And your immune system is compromised. And it only takes a fall, car accident, death in the family, a sickness, and your body becomes overwhelmed because your macrophages are asleep, and your white cells don't get notified early enough to get on top of whatever the problem is that you've got. And this is critically important that you understand. A lot of the people who are anti-vaccine are, because they know the many ingredients that are in vaccines are not explained. Why do they have them in there? And so I have, I think, about 10 pages on the website that will explain the ingredients in vaccines, and they are my reason to my anti-vax. So let's understand what vaccination, how it started. When there were pandemics many hundreds of years ago, the people who survived, they used to wipe the sweat off them and put that on other children, so they got the weaker version of whatever it was going around. And that was the vaccination, and that worked really well. It's evolved now that it's there are other agendas involved, and there's so many chemicals that they're adding into them that they're causing things like autism, ADD, ADHD, and complications in our children that just shouldn't exist. And what happens, and what they do is they do trials with one chemical and another chemical and another chemical, and they're fine for you. But what they don't do is explain that things like aluminium, when it's mixed with another chemical, it binds, it alters its shape, and it can enter the brain-blood barrier and affect your thinking. And this is a catastrophe right in front of our eyes that we've all sat back and allowed to happen. There was a generation of the puffers where 1 in 10 children had puffers at my kids' school. They wanted my children to be on it. I refused. I don't know if you still have that now, but then there was another thing, and an ADHD, and every 1 in 10 children are on a low dose cocaine to stop them behaving properly, just to sit there a little bit stupid all day and listen. And the list goes on. And I hope that you understand that that's not an area that I want to focus on today, but the reason your immune system is compromised is because of environmental chemicals and things that have been injected into your body. So the macrophages need to be reactivated, and there's been a protein found. It's called MAF, GcMAF, macrophage activating protein for cancer. And when you inject GcMAF, swallow it orally, absorb it under the tongue, inject it into the location, or inject it into your vein, stick it in your rectum, in the vaginal area, wherever you can get it into your body, it mixes with vitamin D and turns into macrophage. And these macrophages go and do healing. And they eat things that are bad. And that's powerful, and it's as simple as that. And I know you would like it to be complicated, but tumors, I've seen tumors disappear just with that product. It's amazing. The next, so GcMAF is number one. Why? Because there are no side effects, no risks, no problems at all, zero. You could drink a whole bottle of it, no problem. It's like if you had an extra colostrum. This is an ingredient manufactured out of the colostrum, but colostrum is also beneficial at boosting your immune system. So macrophage activating factor, there's a ton. I think I have more pages on my website of that, because it's one of the only things in this list. It's not for cancer only. It's for every single disease out there. You need your own immune system working. It just makes sense. The next thing is referred to as cesium therapy, but it's high pH therapy. What is that? Why is it high pH and not cesium therapy? Because cesium therapy is one ingredient. So if you search online cesium therapy, you'll find 1,000 articles, good, bad, and ugly, about cesium therapy. I've been doing it for 15 years as an IV therapy. And I tell you, today, in the last 2 years, we eliminated the last side effect. There is zero side effect when you do this. Before, people got very noisy, vomited, so on, 20 years ago, yes? But today, there's no side effects with this. It's absolutely amazing, and it causes cancer to not be able to ferment sugar for energy. And as a result, we're starving. It's like making wine. The pH needs to be just right, otherwise you end up with vinegar. It doesn't work. Cancer needs to ferment sugar. It is in an acid environment. We take the pH, your blood pH 7.35. Your cancer is 3 to 4. We take the pH to 8.2, 8.3. In the cancer cell only. This is a mineral that's uptaken by the cancer cell and alters its pH, and it dies. The first side effect is people with pain. The acid pain from cancer disappears. Then we know the cesium is inside that. But why is it not called cesium therapy? Because it's got rubidium, potassium, gold, silver, copper, the list goes on. It's got 25 minerals in it. I talk about 20, but depends if it's bone cancer, it has some others, and so on. Different cancers, this formula has been designed individually for each type of cancer. It's flown in for you as an individual. It's not something that we have on the shelf that we can use for everyone. It's flown in for breast cancer. It's flown in for brain cancer. It's flown in for lung cancer. It's flown in for prostate cancer. It's individually designed for the type of cancer you have. And it can overlap. So 50% of the products are the same for everyone, and the other 50 modify depending on where it is and where it's gotten into your lymphatic system and so on. So that's a particular therapy that's flown in for each person. Ozone therapy, spoke about that earlier, very popular, anti-tumoral. Again, it turns on, gets your white cells active. Ozone, when it comes in contact with anything foreign in your body, will destroy it. Like it steals an electron, and as a result, it's an electric shock like static electricity on a molecular scale, and the result of that, it kills the parasite or kills the virus. It's amazing. DMSO increases the penetration of everything. So if you have a bad chemical on your hand and you put DMSO on it, it will carry the bad chemical in. So there's good and bad about this, okay? We use it in IV, increasing the penetration of all of the products that we're putting into your system, and increasing the penetration mainly of vitamin B17 and the other cocktails that we use. DMSO is available everywhere. Do not buy it mixed. Do not buy it mixed, okay? You buy it 99.9% pure and mix it at home. Why? When you put DMSO into any liquid, and you often can buy DMSO mixed with aloe vera juice, there's a heat generated, very, very hot heat. And what happens is the heat is energy, and that needs to happen in your body or on your body. So you can have it as IV, you can have it washed on, and you can drink it, and you can put it on all your joints, anywhere where there's pain, it'll reduce the pain a lot. It's an amazing product, but you need to mix it fresh when you're using it, okay? And a quick question on the subject we were just on. GcMAF is something that everybody with cancer should be on, and we sell it. We have stocks in the US ready to ship. We also have home programs in stock in the US. I think there's 2 left. I'm not sure. We didn't sell one this month, so I think there's 2 left. The home program includes written instructions for your cancer type. I tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and so on. Okay, so let's go into the next page, the cancer cocktails, yes? Cancer cocktails. So I did tell you we have 101 IV protocols. Actually, there's a lot more, but here's a few of them. These are online. I'm not going to spend hours going through them. When you have vitamin C, remember to, if you're getting it done locally, you need to also have the vitamin C orally. You will tenfold your benefit, in my opinion. Make sure they're putting some minerals in there, and make sure they're giving you the vitamin C preferably in water, not in saline. Saline will alter the structure of the vitamin C, and it still has benefit, but you're probably reducing the benefit by 75%. We do, when we get into high levels, 35, 40, 45, 50, or 100 grams. So we do it 2 bags. So you have, let's see the bottom one there, 1009, 50 grams. You'll have 50 grams in an hour, and then 50 grams in the next 3 hours. And you're able to take every hour a 15-minute walk or a 10-minute walk around the block. And then we continue the IV. So you get sick of sitting there for so long, unless you've fallen asleep or you're watching a movie, of course. We have things for drug addiction. Amino acids are so important. Things to help with anemia, anti-aging. Everyone wants to look 21 again. Well, maybe not 30 would be fine. Anxiety and depression. Chelation therapy, cleaning out your veins, improving your heart. Collagen for not only for cancer, for all your joints, for your skin to look beautiful, to help your joints, to aid in recovery if you've had injury. We have things for pain, depression, diabetes. Digestion is something that we run a lot with people with cancer to get all of the digestive tract healthy. The pancreas, the reason people get sugar diabetes, the reason people get cancer also, I believe, is the pancreas is very, very important in producing enzymes. These enzymes are what break down your food and so on. The pancreas gets exhausted because you're eating processed food all the time. And that's a problem. And so you need to strengthen the pancreas to cure cancer, whatever type of cancer. You don't have to have pancreatic cancer. The reason you maybe got breast cancer, and they say everyone in your family's got the gene, but you didn't get it, is because maybe you eat better and you're not eating processed food. So your pancreas is strong, still releasing the important enzymes that help break cancer down in the body. So keeping the pancreas healthy is really, really important. Edema, we have a few things now for edema, including the new machine we have. We had one lady that had 10 inches of fluid in her legs, and I said, you can't come here, you can't fly in that situation. And she got onto this machine that we now have, and it eliminated all of her edema in 7 days. Absolutely mind-blowing. There's no drug on the planet or chemical that can do that. And so I haven't personally had a case in the office, but I did have a case on the phone that got that result. And she convinced me I needed to buy that machine. So lots of other things to improve libido, to detox the liver. The livers, we do a lot of liver for people with cancer, a lot of liver. So we're doing the focused cancer therapy plus other things to make the body strong. So there's 2 or 3 IVs 3 days a week and 1 or 2 IVs the other days, depending on what we're working on. And so you don't forget what I've told you, we also have the one for memory and concentration. I thought you'd like that. Multiple sclerosis, osteoporosis, lots for pain, Parkinson, and so on. Poisoning for heavy metals, we would be doing that for everyone to help. Stress we do sometimes. Sometimes we just give half, somebody's leaning on a little bit of stress for something's happened at home or something, we'll give them a little bit of the stress IV with the other IV. And so that just about summarizes it up. There's a few specially designed for cancer in that last one. So, yeah, good. I think we covered everything that's important there. The website has everything on it that you need to know, but it goes on and on and on. It's better to listen to me talk, I think. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to now go through the questions and give you answers on all of those. And also show you the website and what to do. So we'll come back to that page maybe later. Hello. 1 hour and 16 minutes, not bad. I did say it was a 2-hour presentation to people, so I've got another 45 minutes to bore you. So just quickly, before I get into questions and just chat about a few things I think is always important to cover. The website is very simple. I've made this website so it's not overwhelming because there's more than 100 pages I've written here. So the services page, that's got all of the things that I just spoke about. And what you do is, if you want to understand that a little bit more, you click on that link and it'll take you to the page. Explain to you what its benefits are. And you'll also see on the bottom of that page all the other things that we have. Cancer therapies, the brief summary is here. GcMAF, the high pH therapy, the ozone therapy, and so on. But we also have here GcMAF for autism, but all of these pages are not for autism. They're for all the different benefits of GcMAF. It's amazing, absolutely mind-blowing, the things on autism and the things with GcMAF with other diseases. So, seeing if there's another link still there. The stroke program is a 5-week program, and 10% can show signs of complete recovery. 10% have no recovery or no change, and everyone else is somewhere in between. It's an amazing 5-week program, and if you're suffering from a stroke, please contact us about that, or if you know anybody who has had a stroke, may want to learn about that. We have a few testimonials, I think, online now. So feel free to have a look at them. We also have a lot of videos which are not online. And the best place to learn is the website. We're live on this now, on this website at the moment. In that video, I think. But this is the place that is vitally important for you to get an understanding of the individual therapies and how they work. So as you can see here, there's one, I don't know where 2's gone, but one treating breast cancer, vitamin B17, cesium therapy, stroke. There's a lot of they're going back when I was much younger. So that's that. When you make an appointment, you click on a link in the Contact Us page. So let's go back here. No, wrong page. Let's go back here, contact us. And you click on this link here. And this takes you to a page where you make the consultation. And I've cleared this week up, okay? I actually called all of these people and spoke to them this weekend so that they were all free. And the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if you click on that to make a consultant, the whole day is free. So click on that and make an appointment if you'd like to talk to me about your case, and then I can set you in the right direction. Okay, so that was that I wanted to cover, making the appointments. Before you make an appointment, email me. So on the contact us page, where is that? Here is an email address, help@Atlantis Health Retreat. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. There you go, sorry. I gotta quickly do what I just done again, guys, okay? So the first thing is, click on this link, takes you to this page to make an appointment. Click on there, and you can see I've cleared this week up. So you click on, let's say Tuesday is good for you. You choose your time, confirm, and you'll get an email confirming that, and a text in your time zone. So if our time zone is different, this is gonna show up in your time zone. I cleared my whole day for the next 3 days because the last opportunity is this week for people to come here. Because you're booking for 3 months, we will not be able to get apartments for people after this week. So it's really important that if you want to come to take away the stress for you and for us, move quickly. Before you do that, see this link, help@atlantishealthretreat.com. Please email us all your reports. So put in the subject your name to Dr. Pablo, but this email only comes to me anyway, and put a summary of your case and what's going on and how you feel and everything. So before I ring you, I have a case file on you. I've read your scans, read your blood work, and so on, and then I can advise you better. Otherwise, you're wasting my time and your time. And if you've got cancer, time's the last thing you want to waste. So, yeah, that's pretty clear and straightforward. And then what was I showed you the calendar, showed you that. Email me the information, and that's it. The YouTube channel. As you can see here, the cesium, high pH, there's individual ones on every subject here. Some of them have got a little 60-second ad at the beginning before, like that one. If you can see that it's an hour video, there may be a short ad at the beginning of it, a promotional thing that one of our marketing team put in the front just to show off our beautiful location, to make you say, hey, I want to get away from this cold weather. So I understand that that's needed sometimes. Facebook, here. I do a live video on Facebook for 15 minutes every single weekend, and once a month I will be doing a cancer workshop. The website, the other website, this website's got all of the links to everything. This is the local website, this is the international one. And that's it, I think. What's the time in Australia now? Let's see. Some of you people, look, 9 o'clock. Some of you people are awake. Okay, back. I hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up, everyone. Whew. I'm not scripted, so it's all off the top of the head. Which is, I think is better. Some people say, oh, you should write down a script, then you're like a robot. And sometimes special things come into your head as you're working along that makes every time you watch my presentation better. So, thanks again, Bob, for tuning in. What do I recommend for prostate cancer? We have 5 products that we recommend to do as an infusion, but our program is a shake daily, which has got a whole lot of nutritional products, vitamin B17, GcMAF. If it's advanced to the bone, the only thing that will get rid of it is the high pH therapy. It's amazing at bone cancer. In fact, in the last 2 years, even if people haven't made it, because sometimes people come with an array of cancers. In fact, we had recently one man that came. He had prostate cancer, lung cancer, bone cancer, prostate, lung, bone. He had 5 cancers in the lymphatic system and lymphoma, diagnosed with lymphoma. He was diagnosed with lymphoma, and a result of scans, they found all the other cancers. The bone cancer completely went. The lung completely went. It was amazing. I didn't think the lung was gone, but when we went and got a scan, his lungs were completely clear. But he had a tumor growing between the spine and the food. It was like a cucumber, huge. And that was not even... I think they thought that was in the lung, but when we got the CT and the PET scan, it was in slices. It was behind the lungs. The lung tumor was definitely very clear in the top left-hand corner on arrival, and it was completely gone at the end of 2 months. That's mind-blowing. It's really good. The last 5 lung cancers have gone. All of the bone cancers have gone in 2 years. God's blessed us with just getting the right combination. We've had pancreatic shrinkage, but the metastasize of the spread pancreas didn't change. So we've had people not make it with the metastasize, but the actual pancreas, if you get here early, we can get rid of that, or we've had success with that. It shrinks 1% per day, so more than 1% a day. So in 90 days, our 3-month program, it should be gone, as long as the metastasized ones aren't in a location causing difficulty. If that's the case, you probably shouldn't travel here, and we can't help you. Metastasized breast cancer is not a problem. Primary breast cancer, fantastic results. All lung cancers, really, really good results, as long as you stop smoking. We had one person that, in fact, the man I just spoke to, the reason I didn't think his tumor would go, because he still smoked. He refused to give up smoking. But unfortunately, another tumor didn't respond. And so, was that because of his smoking? I don't know. But he had 5 cancers, like I said. It was a miracle that he was even alive to get here. And he wanted to give things a go. And sadly, some people are not going to make it. And that's unfortunately part of the industry. Okay, so yeah, where can you get pure melatonin? I would just search online. Like I said, in Australia, I know somebody who makes it, but I'm not going to publicly put his name here because he'll get attacked by the powers that be. They put everyone out of business that's trying to help people with cancer. So that's to Dudge, if that's your first name, Dudge. I hope that helps you. Where in the US, what? Where can you get it? Just try online, eBay, something like that. When I'm not in the US, my friend, you cannot get what you need in the US. You cannot get what you need in England. You can certainly not get what you need in Canada, and you cannot get what you need in Australia. The powers that be are so strong, they're trying to protect the chemo and radiation therapy, that anybody that does alternatives, even search compounding pharmacies that just make vitamin C. You've had, I think, 50% of them closed down in the last 5 years. So it will be impossible for you to get really what you want to win. And they, as you know, recommend chemo and radiation. And I'm not going to say anything bad about what they recommend, because certainly it's not something that I studied. I just get the people who have been there, and then they come here. So making smoothies. The reason we do it first thing in the morning, Bob, is because in the morning you've gone 8 to 12 hours without drinking anything, so it's time to hydrate to get your body started. So I like to have a big shake first thing in the morning. Personally, I fast. I'll have a little shake with my clients in the morning. I won't have lunch until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and that's my main meal, and then I'll have a snack 5 or 6 o'clock, or maybe 2 snacks. But I'm one that likes the from the time you're going to bed, from 7 o'clock no eating, 8 o'clock heading to bed, 9 o'clock in bed, by 10 o'clock asleep, and then I don't eat again until after 12 o'clock minimum, but usually 2 or 3 o'clock. And so I feel really good on that diet. You need to find something that works good for you. But no, taking nutritional shakes and your Vitamax, whatever that is, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the machine you use. Yes, put greens in it. Even if you buy powdered greens, if you're not making them. Nutritional liquids. Tracheal cartilage. Oxymin tracheal cartilage. Very good to stop metastasis. Very good for bone health and joints and bones. You need to not only attack the cancer, you need to attack anywhere where the cancer can think about going. Anywhere you've got a health issue needs to be fixed, because cancer wants to move to your spine, wants to move to your brain, wants to move to your lungs. And so GcMAF, we make up a bottle like an asthma puffer, and you breathe it in, get it straight into your lungs. You take a shot under the tongue every night, every second day. It lasts for 5 days in the body. So every second day we do it with advanced people with cancer. What is in the melatonin? Melatonin itself. Why? I don't know. There was a program, used to be called Hyperhealth. When I first started this journey 20 years ago, Hyperhealth was a program I got when I was studying naturopathy. And Hyperhealth, you could look up any product, and a Chinese company bought this American company out. I think it was from America. And the disc was called Hyperhealth. If you can get an old copy of it, an amazing, I'll buy it off you. I'll pay 10 times the price. I wish I still had it. It was a CD, and you could search any product on the planet, and it had every research document on it. And so it's from that document is my reference of that information. I had a lady, she's still in my Facebook, who came to us with a 25-millimeter breast tumor and had no money. So I gave her some nutritional products and melatonin donated to me from somebody who passed away. And she took those, didn't have anything to do with cancer in there, just the melatonin and vitamins. And in 6 weeks, her tumor completely disappeared. And the only anti-tumor product amongst all of those things was the melatonin. So I love it. I think it's very important, especially for hormone-related cancers. What vitamins are good? Our program, I would say there's not a vitamin left out of our program. So we have a liquid nutritionals, 3 different ones. We have greens, which have got 47 different products in it. Tracheal cartilage stops cancer metastasizing. Lots and lots of essential amino acids. They're your fish vitamins. Flaxseed oil, they carry poisons out of your body. So you need to, like if you're having a salad, even if you just flood it with olive oil, get lots of fats into your body. The more fats, the better. Do not be scared of fat. Do I believe 100% in the keto diet? Yes, I think it's amazing. Can everyone do it? No. It might not suit you, but increasing fats is very important, especially healthy fats. You can contact us. I've got GcMAF ready to. I think there's 2 left, but we just spent another $100,000 on a batch of GcMAF. $100,000. We have to get it made in very large batches, and somebody will be flying into the USA. If they haven't arrived yet, they're arriving soon with stock for the USA, and we have stock in Australia, and that can be shipped out to anybody immediately. So you get it. After we receive payment, you get it a day or 2 after that without any problems. Is it beneficial for all cancer types? Yes. The product we have is injectable. It's first grade. When they make this product, there's first, second, and third grade. Ours is the best. We think when it comes to cancer, you don't want to have second best products. You want to have the very best. So this product you can inject into the local area with a diabetic needle. It's painless. If you've got cancer in the bones, you can inject each side. You don't inject into the spine, but you inject like on a dice, you know that you roll the dice. Like a dice number 4, you inject each side of the vertebrae that has the tumor in it and do the one above and below. The first time you do it, you use a lot more of the product and do every vertebrae. You can go to a chiropractor and they usually don't mind helping people. If you've got lung cancer, you breathe it into your lungs. Breast cancer, you inject around the tumor. If you're thinking of having surgery, get this product into a lot of this product into the couple of weeks before you go in for surgery. If you're doing chemo or radiation, this is maybe something that I wouldn't bother doing, because chemo and radiation is designed to kill your immune system. So you don't want to do something that boosts it, because you'll stop your chemotherapy from working. So that's all the questions. So in individual, how long have I got? I'll keep this to 2 hours just to keep some people happy. Some people saying, you said it was only going to be 2 hours. Look, I've got 30 more minutes. I won't go for that long, I promise you. So let's talk about individual cancers. We'll start with the brain, the mouth, the neck, the esophagus is our highest success rate. Then you go down to the lungs, and the breast is next. Amazing results. Let's talk about the worst results. Where don't we get success? A lot of people don't like talking the truth. The last thing I want you to do is come here if you're not going to make it. I want success. My wife had colon cancer, and that was frightening. She happened to get it the month we opened here, and it was pretty tough times for us. We were, like you, low on funds, and it was difficult. We had a few clients here, and I'm also treating her for her cancer as well. She got a port fitted, and we could only do oral in the beginning because I didn't have enough money to buy the IV products for her. So she done the oral for a while. We got a port fitted, which is around the $5,000 investment, and then I managed to raise enough money to have products to do her IV protocol, and she became cancer free. But in the past has not been my highest. Why did I succeed with her colon cancer? I love all of you the same. I fight for everyone. I do not want to lose. I want the gold medal for everyone. Why did I win with her? This is a guess. We do in February or March, we do a complete screening. It's something that our whole program, our SPA, is based on. Teaching people to do a full screening every year, because 50% of cancers have a cancer marker. And if you find that cancer before you had any symptoms, 5 years earlier than what you have it today, it would be gone. You would already have gotten rid of it. And so doing these screenings is really, really important. And so we done a screening and discovered my wife had that, and she also had some symptoms that she didn't like to talk about because we were so busy trying to get the new place open. And thank God we got it early. We got her onto the right products. And some of you anti-alternatives say, well, why did she get it anyway? Well, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do or what your diet is, you're going to get this thing. It's a time bomb. Very few people, 3%, it's genetic. Genetic simply means you have the genes that are a precursor for it. So it means that maybe someone in your family who's had this cancer passed on a gene to you that they're sensitive to estrogen, so you're more likely to get an estrogen type cancer and so on. If your cancers, so in her case, we treated her marker disappeared. She did not do a biopsy. I don't recommend biopsy because it causes cancer to spread. Any bleeding of the tumor can spread somewhere else. So you avoid that. If you're going down the traditional system, you need to do a biopsy because the biopsy is the trigger to authorize the scans that you need to do to know the size of it. It wasn't until a year later, when she had a little bleeding, we went back, put her in hospital. We done a full CT scan. She had a full colonoscopy and confirmed 100% cancer free. We do not know where that little bit of blood was coming from, but it was enough to make us, maybe it didn't work. Let's get a full thorough checkup. So there was nothing in there. She had a few polyps and no problems at all since. And God willing, she has a nice healthy life to look after me in my old age. So the lowest success in the past has been colon cancer, because when it gets very advanced, it can't be seen on the CT scans. So if you've got one that's being seen at the moment, there may be metastasized that can't be seen. So that is a big, difficult problem, good thing about lung cancer, good thing about lymphatic cancer in most cases, bone cancer, you can see it clearly. And so you know where it is. You can inject it. You can shoot it with GcMAF. You can take the high pH therapy. You can make a poultice on the breast, and you can increase the pH if that's so high that the cancer dies just from the poultice. The lungs, you can put high pH spray on the back. It soaks into the area, helps the lungs pH to change while you're giving the IV. So unlike other clinics, you walk in, you see a doctor, a month of doing therapy, $60,000 later, he sees you again. It's not working for you, or you need to keep doing this at home, here's the products, it costs you this much, you go home. I'm saying come here, like it would be easier if you came a month, but I'm saying come here for 3 months because I want to see the result. I want to hold your hand, and I want to modify things, keeping all the therapies as strong as possible, checking blood tests, making sure you're staying strong, on track, till you either win or it's just not going to work for you, whatever the case will be. We're not a place that has, I could easily have 10 to 20 people coming through. We'd probably be able to reduce the price a little. Our products are expensive is a big problem. But ours is about quality of service, about 2 to 5 people. If somebody comes and they're stage 4, we don't bring anybody else. We stop people coming because they're a lot of work and they need all of my staff available for that. So our program has a maximum of 5 people, is what we've had in the past, and our average is 2 to 3. We have some people pop in from just general wellness, but we do not have any really sick people. If somebody shows up, they got a bad virus or something that is very contagious, we would send them elsewhere, or we would treat them from home. So that explains that. So if we were to put a percentage on it, and let's say you can't get 100% cure, but let's say the cure rate was 80% or 90%, and then as you work down to the belly button, down would be well under 50%. So your primary prostate cancer, if we get onto it early, great results. If it's advanced, the secondary is a very advanced prostate problem. When you can't urinate anymore and you're having bleeding and a lot of complication, it needs to come out. It's one of the few cancers I would recommend surgery if you've let it go that long. If you get it earlier, then you've got better chances. But if the cancer has eaten the whole area, you're best to have that cut out. But if that cancer spread to the bone, we can have great results on the bone cancer, the metastasized bone cancers as well as primary. Amazing results. I've had somebody ring up, their children have got cancer in the legs. If nothing else has worked, I'll take the children on and I'll do my best to cure them. When it comes to children, it's a political thing. Political, as in, the media goes crazy. You're trying to save someone's life, but in this mumbo jumbo, herbs and spices that nobody believes in. So I won't take children unless you sign a paper to say they've exhausted all other options, and then I would be willing to do what we can to help you. Only if they've exhausted all other options, and that would probably upset a lot of you, that I wouldn't just help them anyway. But I already lost everything helping people with cancer, and the truth is nobody cares until they got it. Nobody cares about the work that I do, how hard it is and how difficult it is, and so I'm not willing. I'm in my second life now. Yes, I'm 60 years old. I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm strong. I'll take on anyone to save a life, but I don't want to lose everything again. I'm too old to lose everything again. I lost everything. A multi-million-dollar clinic closed down because I'm helping people with alternative therapies with cancer. Why? Because I refused to answer questions. And as a result of that, they closed a multi-million-dollar clinic, lost all my houses, my homes, everything I owned. And so I'm not willing to do that again. I'm sorry, but I'm not willing to do that again. I've got my second life with my my second marriage, which is fantastic. I have a daughter that's 14 years old that I'd do anything for. She's the joy of my life. I've got 2 sons and grandchildren that I never see because I choose to help people with cancer, and they're on the other side of the world, and I love them to bits. Follow them as much as I can on Facebook. And so I'm here for one purpose. I had a vision in 1995 that I would set up an alternative health facility. We've got the land, we start building, and I will train doctors and make this available to everyone throughout the world. And I will die completing that mission, or I'll die watching it grow. Whatever happens first. And number one, to get rid of stress. Death is not the enemy. You're the enemy. Your habits are the enemy. You need to eliminate stress, because stress is caused by lack of knowledge, not knowing the solution to a problem that you probably can't fix. If you're trying to find a direction, get it, fall in love or in a program that you believe will work. Doctors, when you're cured, will say, it's the placebo effect. Good. You know statistically the placebo effect works, because every drug trial you do a placebo. And some people with the sugar tablet become cured. So why don't you use that to your advantage? So yes, it can be the placebo, or it can be the powerful therapies. At the end of the day, I don't care what cured you. I'm not trying to prove the individual therapies. I'm just using prayer, all the nutritional products that are anti-tumor into one program, and they all complement. None of them work against each other to give you the best possible outcome. And that's our mission. Our mission is to improve and cure cancer from the planet. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I've answered all of your questions. Keep getting this question, where in the USA? I'm not in the USA. You can't get this in the USA. Okay, yes, you can email me. All the information's on the website. So, it's 5:15. I'll sign off with a God bless. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Look forward to your questions and comments. Book in the online consultation. And I need to apologize, because there's nothing I can do about the fact that December's coming up, and December and January here is booked out. We will not be able to. We need to prepay and book those apartments now, but after that they've gone. And if we can find houses a distance away, you'll have to taxi in every day, which we prefer not. We prefer you to be in a beautiful apartment directly above us. So the system's quite easy, and I'll just quickly cover it in 10 minutes, okay? Number one, you fill in the online application. The application, we'll do an assessment with my team and say, yes, we believe we can help this person get a result. After talking to you and after reviewing all of those medical, we say yes. We tell you the fee, explain how the price works, and you then tell us when you want to come. We then check that we've got an apartment, and we ask for $7,750 deposit. We book and prepay that apartment. That money we can't get back. It's booked. Then you need to arrive. The next person, if there's somebody here, and this is the first week we've been empty because people just left last week. If when you book, there's other people here, you have to arrive at a certain time in the week, the 2 weeks, week off, 2 weeks, week off, 2 weeks program. So you need to arrive at the right time. So we'll let you know the weeks you can arrive, and you come at that time, and your 3 months starts from that day. Pretty simple. Do we pick you up at the airport? Yes. The first night you stay in a beautiful hotel. It's called Wyndham Hotel. You know them in the US. They're an international place. All of my staff speak English. People fly in from England, Canada, Australia, US, the most popular places that people come from. We have had people from Russia. Haven't had anyone from China, but you're more than welcome. So all nationalities are welcome, but we do need a translator. Having a port fitted, some people need a port fitted so we can give high levels of nutritional products. So you need to have a port fitted. The cost of the port is around $5,000. It's extra, it's not included. Apart from that, everything is included unless you need hospitalization. Hospitalization is extra. We have a low-cost hospitalization and a top end. What is the difference? $500 to $2,000 a night. And if you deteriorate and need hospitalization, that is not included. But if you get sick and not well, and we can give you 24-hour care in your apartment, we do that. That's not a problem. That's included. And that's a quick overview. The program's 1 week, week off 2 weeks, week off 2 weeks, week off 2 weeks, week off 1 week, go home. In the middle of the last 2 weeks, we'll do a full scan, x-rays, ultrasound, everything to confirm that it's gone or it's nearly gone, or if it's not gone, we will offer you to stay for $7,750 for an extra month to try to get rid of it. And that's basically the summary. The cost varies depending on how advanced you are. We're not $60,000 a month, but we're certainly not the cheapest place. I think we're the best. It's about quality when it comes to your health. And so we fly in all the products fresh for each patient. So there's a flight from 3 different continents to bring the products for you, uniquely for you. And so they're not sitting around here for somebody with brain cancer. I don't have that. I have to get it in for you. And it's scripted for that person. The same in the US now. If you need to have vitamin C, there's a procedure now. You find lots of places that were offering it closed down now because they used to buy bulk vitamin C, but there was a fungus that got out. And now there's a requirement for the script to be written out, to be sent to the compounding pharmacy. They make up the amount of vitamin C required for that person, and that's going in your veins. So if there is any fungus again, they can track whoever got that batch of vitamin C, whose vein it went into, and let them know they need to get to hospital because of a fungus. So a lot of people died, apparently. To me, after having 50 years of no major problems and then having a year or 2 years of those problems, I really feel that it was set up. I feel that there was something strange going on. But anyway, no good being suspicious. It's not going to help us. So you need to get a script in the US, and the same with us. If somebody's coming here, all the product is scripted for them, made specially for them, the formulas and so on. And we do have more than 50 cocktails that are not scripted for you, but the main cancer therapy ones are scripted for your individual cancer. Okay, with that, I'm going to sign off. I'll send you God's blessing. I hope that you've learned something that helps extend and improve the quality of life. And I hope that you die from old age without pain. It's not when we die. Yes, everybody's going to die. You just want to die doing something that you love. So until we meet, until we talk on the phone, till we catch up, till you put in the next step, have a great day and bye for now. Bye-bye.